Google is working on an alternative for the popular Nest Hello doorbell, which was recently rebranded as the Nest Doorbell Wired. The redesigned Nest Doorbell will record indefinitely, can be accessed with the Google Home app, aside from the Nest app, and will be available in 2022. Join me as we take a look at what's new, what's included, and how much the new Google Nest Doorbell will cost. Kindly like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to see similar videos in the future. In a blog post on the Google Nest community site, Rishi Chandra, the general manager of Google Nest, announced the news, saying, "We commit to being more open with you about where we're going with the camera portfolio. We understand that individuals with wired doorbell connections desire a doorbell that can record video continuously 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're delighted to announce that a second generation of Nest Doorbell, Wired, will be available in 2022. Since the announcement, Google's adoring public has been bombarded with inquiries regarding the new Nest Doorbell. Along the process, we note a lot about Google's newest home security Nest Doorbell. It has a redesigned exterior, it is now controlled by Google Home rather than the Nest app, and it offers free delivery notifications, all while maintaining the same high-quality video doorbell experience as Nest Aware. Let's take a closer look. If you're considering a wireless video doorbell or changing your existing analog doorbell, the Nest Doorbell is a great choice. It ticks all the boxes, with a large field of view that allows you to see from ground to sky, smart warnings, and the flexibility to function wired or wirelessly. The Nest Doorbell makes a lot of sense if you're a big fan of Google's hardware, services, or environment. Through the Google Home app, it connects to all of your other devices and makes it much easier to access. The size of the new Nest Doorbell is the first thing we noticed. It takes up the most area when compared to almost a dozen video doorbells we've recently examined. It's tall and wide, 6.3 inches by 1.8 inches, which means you'll have to be creative with where you put it. The new Nest Doorbell has a circular top and bottom, with the camera at the top and the doorbell button at the bottom, which is encompassed by an LED light. As someone moves closer to the door, the lights are on and dance around the button. It's a thoughtful touch. The entire housing is constructed of plastic, with Google claiming that over half of the doorbell's plastic components are recycled. A USB-C port is located on the back of the doorbell, with two little screws that connect the wiring to the rear of the doorbell. It's powered by this cable, which also connects it to your indoor ringer. You won't need to remove the doorbell to recharge the battery if it's fully connected. We'll also talk about the battery later on in this video. The installation process varies whether you're using existing doorbell wiring or the Nest Doorbell's built-in battery. The program commences in the Google Home app for iOS or Android in either case. By scanning the QR code and linking the doorbell to your home's Wi-Fi network, you may link it to your Google account. The next step is to set up the doorbell, which the app will guide you through depending on your preferences. We used the 20-degree wedge to guarantee our whole front porch was in the structure, and we connected the Nest Doorbell to our existing wiring, after turning off the power breaker, of course. The full installation takes about 15 minutes to complete. You won't have any trouble setting the Nest Doorbell if you're familiar with basic electrical wiring. If you're not so sure about it, we recommend going with battery power until you can hire a competent electrician to install it. The battery-powered option is also likely to be a faster installation because it only requires mounting the unit and no cabling. Nest Hello was the company's first video doorbell, and it was everyone's favorite. Google requires a Nest Aware subscription for smart notifications for shipments, people, animals, or automobiles, and this was one thing most people didn't like. With the Nest Doorbell, Google has made all of those notifications a regular feature, eliminating the need for a subscription. They're effectively trying to right the ship. Within the app, you can establish activity zones that will track specific types of movement and provide you with notifications. If your doorbell detects a busy street right in front of your home, for example, you can set up a zone that secures the street for people while disregarding animals, vehicles, and moving plants. Another activity zone on your front porch could keep an eye on people, packages, and animals, or a combination of all of them. Going into the review, we had one major issue regarding the Nest Doorbell, and that had to do with the new camera. When compared to Nest Hello, Google has lowered the resolution of the doorbell camera from 1600 by 1200 to 960 by 1280 pixels, with both recording at 30 FPS. The Nest Doorbell includes a 145-degree field of view, as well as the capacity for night vision and HDR. Despite the reduced quality, Google has informed us that the new Nest Doorbell camera is as effective as, if not better than, the Nest Hello. And while we can't say whether the video quality is better, after watching multiple clips, we can certainly say that the Nest Doorbell's video quality is more than satisfactory. It's clear, bright, and vibrant, with a level of detail that we like to see in a security camera. One advantage of the new product is that you can see everything in front of the camera bold and clearly from head to toe. As a result, the doorbell's computer vision smarts can detect a package dropped on the ground as close as 8 inches away. Indeed, we had various goods delivered near the doorbell, and we were notified both when the package was delivered and when it was withdrawn. Whenever anyone rings the doorbell, you get alerts on one of Google's smart displays, such as the Nest Hub, allowing you to respond and converse with the person at the door. We would have to readjust to the reality that the Nest app no longer allows us to use or manage the doorbell. Everything is done through Google Home now. That means you'll need to utilize the Home app to change which notifications you get, share the camera with friends and family, or view a previously recorded event. Google has been gradually converting all of its smart home products, such as Google Wi-Fi, to its Home app, and the new Nest cameras are also now included. I'm sure we'll get used to the change in time, but it's something that all current Nest users will need to get used to. The Google Home is nice, but most people, including myself, are cautious of change, particularly when it comes to tech. Since we placed the Nest Doorbell, we can't really vouch for the battery life, but Google does provide some broad guidelines based on how active the region is where the doorbell is installed. In a busy region, Google believes that you'll receive about 1 month of battery life based on 25 to 30 recorded events per day. Estimates for battery life in a normal arrangement with 13 to 16 recorded events per day are closer to 2.5 months. Finally, Google estimates that in a calm region with 2 to 5 recorded occurrences per day, the battery could last up to 6 months. It takes approximately 5 hours to recharge the battery, which can be done via a USB-C port on the back of the doorbell. Even if you wire the doorbell, having a battery is still appreciated. If your home loses power, the doorbell does have sufficient onboard storage to store 1 hour of recorded clips, which will be uploaded and available to watch in the Home app once your power is fully restored. Overall, the Nest Doorbell exceeded our expectations, and Google's decision to provide consumers with free smart alerts makes the doorbell even more appealing. The Nest Doorbell is the way to go whether you're searching for a wireless video doorbell or one that can replace your old analog doorbell. Kindly comment on your favorite part of this video, let us know if you're thinking about getting one yourself, and don't forget to subscribe to see more home automation videos like this in the future. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and I hope to see you again next time.